Hi everyone, Jacqueline here, Meadowlark001, coming today to show you a project I've been working on. It's another memory album that I've just completed, so I wanted to share it with you, hoping that you like it. I will show you the items and tools that I use to make it. And this is the album here, and it's got 4 pages, double-sided, and then there's tabs and then tags in each one where you could add more memory photos, or you can journal also, and there's memory cards in there as well. So what this is intended is, so a loved one has passed away and you may take it to the reception after the funeral or something, and then your guests can see pictures of the loved one in them, and then there's some journaling cards in there to write a memory of that loved one, and that way a person has a keepsake of that memory album of your loved one. So that's what it's intended for. So I hope that you like it, and I will get started to show you what I've used. So to begin with, I used mostly a lot of the dies and flowers are from Carnation Crafts, and they are a UK-based company that I just love. So I own various collections of theirs, and I just love making my craft items, my memory albums, my card sets, you name it. I always, that's my go-to is Carnation Crafts. So plus I am on their US design team, so I am very honored for that as well. So let me get started and let you know what I have to show you today. So this is the memory album, and this is the cover, and I've used the Carnation Crafts die set here. This is called Vibrance, and the way that they work is you have the dies, and then you have layering pieces that are kind of what we call decoupaged here. So you'll see that that adds dimension in there on top of the flowers, and then I've popped them up with foam dots. And then you can also snip these and then make your own assortment of flowers or crafts that you want to produce. So they're very versatile, and they go with all of their collections, which is so awesome. So what you do is you download their vignettes, which that's what all these are called, and then you use the die to cut them out, and then you layer them, and they come in different colors. Most of them are free. There's some specialty ones that cost a couple of dollars that you could purchase different colors, etc. So it's really nice to have, and then you just print them out, you cut them, and then you make your projects. So the first one that I used with the vase here is called Vibrance, and this is what it is. And it's a vase with the beautiful flowers, and then I'm going to turn it around so you can see the dies on the back. So here you have the one-piece die, and then you have a couple layering pieces, so you could put layers behind it if you want to in different colors to make it pop. And then these are all the little flowers that you cut out from the vignette, and you decoupage them onto what you're working on. So I'm going to pull over the vignettes that I have here that I've already cut out. So let's see if I can get some in frame here. So if you look at this one, this is the one that I used of Vibrance, and you'll see that it has the pieces here that you cut out. Here's the one frame that you cut out with the vase and the flowers in there, and I'm trying to have a better view of that for you. My camera's at a different angle, so I apologize. So then you just cut those out, and then you decoupage them onto the top of the vignette that you cut out. So that's what it looks like. And this is printed on Pro paper, which is different from a regular paper that we have here, where the ink sets on top instead of seeping into the paper. So it's really vibrant. And just look at those colors. Aren't those amazing? And then you go ahead and you shape the little petals, and then you glue them on to your project that you're working on. So if you look here, you'll see that it adds dimension on those. And here you can see where I put several layers and pop them up. And it's just beautiful. It just makes everything so pretty. So I used the Vibrance, which is this one. And this is from the Vernal Blooms collection that they have. And then the second one that I used was Ebullient, I believe is, I'm pronouncing it correctly. I also used this one. And here's the dies with the layering pieces, so you can make your shadows or you can layer them on different colors. And then this one cuts out all the flowers here that you glue on and you add dimension, 3D type dimension on them. So that is, this here, that is the second one I have here, which is upside down, sorry. I have a small space on my desk to work. But there is the Ebullient one, which is this one. And then you can see that it has your layering pieces here that I've cut out, and then you put those on. And then the third one is the Fervent, F-E-R-V-E-N-T, which is this one that I also used. So I mean, they're just stunning, stunning, vibrant colors. And so this is the third one of the flowers that I used on that collection. Aren't they stunning? And then there is a picture on the back of the dies. And then here's the flower petals and stuff that, of course, you layer and you put on here. So those are the three that I used for my project. And I just love those flowers. They're just so dimensional and so pretty. So I'll pull this back into frame here. I have used a die that I've had. That's one of my favorite border dies, and it's Anastasia border from Cherry Lynn Designs, and that's what it looks like. So it cuts out some very pretty lacy border. So I've used that on my project, and you're going to see that I have put it here on the side end of the book here. Here is the other one that I did, the Vibrance. So I just snipped it, and then I added some of the different flowers on there to do the binding part. And then here is that Anastasia border also on the back that I did on the album. So it matches the front border there and the back border. So that's what I used on that. Then I used the Anna Griffin embossing folder. So all my pages are embossed with that embossing folder. And that one is the tooled ribbon. And it's a 3D, one of my favorites. I just love this. It just makes everything look so crisp, professional, and dainty all at the same time. So I used that one on all of my pages. So the front cover, and then you'll see inside, I used them behind on every page. So you'll see those all are embossed all the way to the back. Then that just adds beautiful elegance, just makes it all come together. So on the first page, I used a collage that I made here of the Carnation Crafts flowers that I showed you a bit ago. And then I used a frame. This is also Carnation Crafts, and I don't have it here. I forgot to bring it to show you. But it's a frame that comes with one of their other collections, and it's got a lamb and a bunny and ducks and horses. And so I just used those layering pieces to put here. So then what you do, or what you're the person that you're making this for, I've left it open so that everything, the pictures will just slide in of the loved ones. So that'll slide in there. And then there's another picture you can put in here that will slide in here. So all of the decorations and embellishments that I've put there are meant to be open so that the pictures of the loved one can be put in there. So here, what I've used on the other pages also is these dies, which this booklet album and most of these dies are the Anna Griffin dies, and they are the album making dies that I purchased, and that's what I've used. So this is the album making dies, picture of them, and it just shows you, you know, how to make it your album and put your album together. So this is what those dies look like, and that die is this one right here that I used. And then this is another one, but I didn't use it on this particular album. And then it comes with this as well. And this is what you make your binding. So it makes your binding to put all of your pages in here. And it's very, very simple. It's a very nice set. I really, really like it. It comes with an embossing folder, but I didn't use that one on this page. So that is the die that I used there. Then I just add some of the cut-aparts, I'm sorry, that I snipped off, and I made and decorated the page. And then I used the Anna Griffin compendium making dies for some of the embellishments that I did. So I used this ones here, and you'll see, I think it was these ones here. I just turned them the different ways and used them vertically and horizontally. So I love those. I use those as well. So I went ahead and I typed up what I wanted in the colors to match, you know, the different sentiments or different things. And then I just went ahead and snipped the Carnation Crafts beautiful flowers, and then I just decorated there. So here we go to the other pages. This is also Carnation Crafts die, which I didn't take out either, but they're just so beautiful. So you'll see I used that frame again, and then this frame. So each of the pages have both of those frames, the Carnation Crafts and the Anna Griffin. And then this pretty little one, I just used both colors on it, and that's one that I got from Sarah Davies, the Signature Collection. It's the Rustic Cottage, and it's called Antique Frames. And I used this one right here. And then I just switched the colors, and I cut out the white one, and then I cut out one in lavender, and then I just swapped so that it would have a beautiful lavender frame in there. And again, these are meant for pictures. These are meant for pictures to go behind them and back in here as well. Sorry. There is my third, 1, 2, 3, 4th page. And then if you remember the Carnation Crafts, let's see what the thing is here, sorry. Ebullient. I just cut it down, and then I rearranged some of the ones from the other die set in there. So you see what I mean by being able to just create your own spray and embellishments. So it went from the large one, and I just cut it all down into that basket to make it look the way that it does. I went ahead and did the same here, where I just snipped and decorated the sentiment. And then I used the Anna Griffin compendium dies here. I backed it on foam. I printed what I wanted on there as well. Then there's the original frame that was on the top, but I cut that down as well, and I made my own flower spray there in the base. And again, it's left open, so the picture goes behind. Then here's the next page. I went ahead and used the compendium dies, and I I turned them around the opposite way. I went ahead and snipped again from Carnation Crafts flowers. I decoupaged them for dimension, and I set that onto that corner frame. And then the last page in the back cover, the same way, I went ahead and snipped down the Carnation Crafts set on that one. This one, I went ahead and did one of the sentiments, so sadly missed. And then the back page has my information, created in Colorado by Jacqueline D. Rubal, made with love, limited edition. So each of these pages as well has, which they fell down because I've been moving it a lot, but each of them has an opening on the top that between the pages, and I have tags in there that I also made. So on each of these tags that go in the pages here is going to be a tag that you pull out, and also it has in there the it's open, so a picture can go slid in there as well. Okay, so each of them has that. I will send a template with each of these and each of the pages in here, the ovals, so that they can cut the picture and just slide it in there, and that way they have it. Then what I've done is just use the compendium dies again. I used my Stampin' Up! Whale punch, which everybody loves, and it's one of my all-time favorites. I use it on all my tags almost all the time. What I've done is I've got 2 pockets here, okay, inside this tag. All right, so in the front pocket and the back pocket, I've made memory cards. So it's in memory of you, and they write their memory down of the loved one. It's blank on the back, so if they need more writing space, they can go ahead and do that. And so each of them has 4 in the front and 4 in the back. So there's 8 tags within each pocket that they can go ahead and fill out and have as a memory of the loved one. And then you turn that tag around. Here's the other 4 in memory of you. And then there's a large one on the back in memory of you. So sometimes the family will want to write their own, guests will write theirs, and then the guest ones go inside the tag. So that was how I had intended this album to be. So, you know, they can do it however they would like to, but there are 8 tags, 4 in each side of each pocket, and they're all the same. And the back. So that is my little memory album, and I hope you enjoyed it. I had a wonderful time creating it. I love making these albums. I love working with Carnation Crafts, and it's just amazing what you can do with all of their beautiful, beautiful dies. So thank you again for stopping by. I hope you like it. Take care, and I will be making more. I've actually, if you look over here in the corner, I've already made some pre-made blank albums, so I have those for me to go ahead and produce more albums. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. This is the 6th or the first one. So I'll be working on some more albums that I'll bring to you. I want to do also a memory book of masculine, also because we have both feminine and masculine family and loved ones. So thank you very much, and please take care, and I will see you soon.